Well, welcome back. Well, Carolyn Brent is joining us right now. She is the author of this great book, The Caregiver's Companion, Caring for Your Loved One Medically, Financially, and Emotionally while Caring for Yourself. And Carolyn, I wanted to ask you, there is a talking point here that I thought just really caught my attention. I wanted to ask you about. What is the caregiver's cheat sheet? Tell us about that.
It's when a person gets into let's say an emergency situation and they don't want to go through the whole book. There is a one page to tell you everything, where to go, what to do, where the chapter is, and it's a cheat sheet. So you don't have to worry about, well, where can I find this? Because when people are panic stricken and they are in an emergency situation, they just need to look at one page. And I am like talking to them on that one page and say, go to page 52, paragraph 3. Bam, you got it.
Wow, perfect.
That's your cheat sheet.
And tell us, your passion is just so enthralling, but you have a passion for this because why? Tell us about your passion for all of this.
My passion was, I loved my father, number one, and he was a pastor. And I took care of my dad for 12 years, and I took an oath with the United States federal government that I would take care of my dad when the time came if he needed a caregiver. And I did just that. And when my father had a massive hematoma, which was bleeding on the brain, and I rushed him to the hospital, I had charges against me by a family member that said that I had abused him, which was not true. So from that moment on, I went to the federal government asking, can you please protect my dad? This isn't true. And they turned their backs. And by the time I got the paperwork from the federal government, the state had given conservatorship to a family member because I had gotten really, really sick. I was in the hospital with heart problems and I was depressed and all these things. So my father's spirit came up to my soul and said, Carolyn, I'm not dead. I'm with you in the spirit. So I started building a relationship with my father in the spiritual world. And then I went to Congress again and I went to the state and I said, you know what? The laws are broken. We got to fix this. Right. So I became an advocate at that moment to care for not only the caregiver, the law-abiding caregiver, but for when a person puts their end-of-life wishes in place, it should be worth the paper or the legal document that is written on. So I tell the veterans, please put your paperwork in the state. That was the mistake my dad and I did. We didn't go through the state. We thought the federal government was going to help dad because, you know, that's what we did. But the state said, sorry, we don't recognize the federal government. That's the truth. So that's and that's literally a person could go and they could see it for themselves because I went to the state and said, you guys did not honor my father's wishes. So that's how I became an advocate. And people just named me a legislation advocate. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do.
Well, it is, Carolyn. And, you know, we want people, I know our viewers are going to be saying, where can I find out more about you? Where can they get their book? Tell us where your website and how they can get a hold of your book.
It's caregiverstory.com, just that one S, or you can Google Carolyn A.Brent. That's it. Or you can go to any bookstore in the world. The bookstore, it's even in the library. It's in the libraries across the nation because this is a crucial time that we're living in. So when the Library Journal vetted my book and put it in there, and AARP vetted my book, and Wikipedia, I'm going, I'm not the only person this is happening to. And Harlequin Books, they published my books, and there will be a movie. So everything that I'm saying is true. People could get the book and just look at it. You got to take care of yourself from a medical, legal, financial systems book. Once you know how the system works, then you're going to, caregiving's the easy part.
Well, bless your heart for caring for those who can't care for themselves and for everything you have done. And we have been very honored and blessed to have you on our show this morning. So Carolyn, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
And thank you from Florida. Bye-bye.
See you later. And we'll be back, friends, in just a moment. Stay right where you are.